Hey guys, welcome back to episode 3 of the beginner series. We have done just a quick recap. We have gone through 2 milestones. That is to get Lapis, the Water Magic Knight, as well as clearing the Kyber runes, and of course unlocking your Kairos dungeon. So I assume you have done that as well. So in today's video, we are going to talk into 3 of the very important aspect of the early game, which is going to be leveling, arena farming, as well as what's the way to summoning and power-ups. Okay, so let's talk into about leveling first. The best way to level it will be on a spending most of time on scenario maps, and of course you could also level up at the Hall of Elements. Let's just first, let's understand about what are the experiences that's being given for each scenarios. So let me bring you a chart where you'll understand a bit more on where the experience are coming from. So you notice that in the zone itself, different zone they have different experience points, and of course it varies depends on the level of difficulty, from normal to hard to hell. So the chart here will tell you where are the best places to spend your time on scenario. One important thing to note is that no matter which stage you add in the scenario map itself, the experience they give actually are still the same. So we will always want to spend our time on stage 1 of each zone, because that will be likely the most easiest way to farm, and of course we want to clear it as fast as possible, since there's nothing extra gain out of it. So to take note of that is very important. So experience actually are given after the battle is being completed. So upon you winning a battle, they are actually being distributed evenly. So if you bring a squad of 3, they will be divided by 3, 4 divided by 4, vice versa. And of course, if you are already at max level, the experience point will still be so-called recorded on the game as still be given to them as well, but just not being overflow to the rest. So it's still get the it's still an even distribution. Okay, so also one of the things that what we do want to do is that for a start, I think right now at the stage you're at, you're most likely leveling up 4 monsters, which is fine. I think everybody's getting an experience, but there will be one point where we reach is that we want to have the main damage dealer being max level and able to bring in 3 other monsters in, be it's a food or it's some monster you want to level up. So you want to bring 1 plus 3, always this kind of formula. So that will be a more efficient way to bring in, so that you do not waste any of the other slots as well. So the most common place that we players are always be farming at will be likely to aim at Faemon. Faemon is the fire based scenario. So this place is the Faemon volcano. So they are fire based, and of course we are having Lapis, the Water Magic Knight, as being the main damage dealer that is being given in the start of the game. So should be very good to farm there, be it normal, hard, or hell. Very likely you will start out with hard first before you can get it up to farm the stage 1 of hell at Faemon volcano. So apart from that, that will be another way of leveling up, will be to, of course, using your friends rep. I always emphasize in my 2 other videos as well, that actually friends rep are very, very important. I think plays a huge role in this game, especially for me. So I find that you will be able to farm much more, leveling up much more efficient. I explain why is it so, because the friends rep will take up the slot, but they will not get the distribution of the experience. So it's like even you bring 1 friend rep and 3 other monsters, the experience gain are being distributed by 3 others, and not the usual 4. So meaning that of course the experience gain per mob is much more higher. So you always want to use when leveling, when doing leveling, you always want to use your friend's rep every day. Just clear them almost like just keep clearing them, because don't waste it, because you can only use them once per 24 hours or per refreshes. So just keep using them, use all of them, and of course depends on the level of the reps that they are giving you to use. You will soon understand which area will be best suitable for them. Not all reps are suitable for Faemon. Some could be better at Garden Forest, Hell mode. So one of the good gauge is that there are some of the reps maybe they are still at maybe mid game kind of thing. Perhaps they have only Lapis Water Magic Knight at level 35, 5-star max. So you will most likely use that on Garden Forest at Hell mode on stage 1. It should works fine. Most of the time they will be able to complete despite what runes they have. Despite what runes they have. Of course, good to check to know how your friends' rep are doing, if their monsters are able to do that as well. Okay, so that will be it. And the main thing, of course, right now the progression stage is to make sure our Water Magic Knight Lapis is actually getting to 5-star max level 35 as soon as possible, because she is going to help you in a lot in terms of leveling when you have used up all your friends' rep. So she will be the one to continue on leveling. And once you proceed on to perhaps level 20 plus and you're not getting any of the 2 times XP, you run out of it, I will suggest not to level. It will not be the most efficient way to level. You can still level, but it won't be the most efficient way of doing so. It's always good to have the 2 times EXP on when you want to level up, so that you will spend your energy much more wisely on that. So do take note. Right, so that's on leveling. We will usually farm flight so for myself on this account, right now it's at level 32. I will usually spend on my time is either on Hell, on the first stage. So because what I want to do is because I want to have the chances to get the Inugami to fit onto my light Inugami. So Hell mode has the higher chances for them to drop on the 3-star monster. So I will spend my time here with my Lapis. Otherwise, if with friends rep, I will be spending on Faemon Volcano. They also drop Inugami as well. So that is why most of the time they will be spending that. So do understand why people always say that it's much more better to farm at Faemon Volcano. So it's really because of the experience point. As you can see on the chart, I bring up the Faemon Hell actually giving you 1950 in total experience point over any others. Of course, as the stage you move on, you could actually try and farm at Eden Forest, which is another one that you could aim for. But anything beyond Faemon is really out of reach for us as an early game account. That you will just want to reach until the stage of Faemon Volcano, and then that will be a good benchmark before you proceed further elsewhere. Alright, so let's talk about the second topic of this video. So that will be arena farming. It's something that you will want to focus on, and good to know on early game, because you want to farm is very important. The key thing is because of that glory point, because you want to buy certain things from the shop. Thus, we need to farm arena. It's very simple. It's just based on that. So what are we aiming for? We are actually aiming for for a start, I would say 2 to 3 key things. First key thing is a must buy every week on your Devilmon. So this is the thing. This is the Devilmon that we want to buy every week, because it helps to power up any of the potential net 5 that you could pull out from Mystical Scroll or any other scrolls from summoning. So they are the only one that can be done to skill up the net 5 much more efficiently, because we don't get to pull 2 net 5s, right? Like same net 5, and even if we pull, we want to keep that as well because it's not that easy to pull one. So Devilmud is placed a part in terms of the power up on the skills. So it's a must buy every week because you really can't find it any elsewhere. It's very, very rare. Even if you want to buy it, you probably needs maybe a few times in a month if you want to purchase as a package on that. But for free to play, this is one of the definite way to get your Devilmud. Another thing that we want to do, of course, is to level up on structures. These are the key ones. I would say is Sanctum of Energy. It gives you extra capacity on your energy, because we will start off with a 30 energy cap, and as at every level you gain, you will get an extra energy cap as well. So from 30 you get +1, +2, +3, so on and so forth, until the max level of 50, which will give you up to 80. Sanctum Energy will boost up your capacity to a max of 90. So that you give up to +10, so you get the 90 number. Other than that, of course, depends on your play hours. You want to see whether you want to get the Mysterious Plant because it helps to regenerate faster for your energy. So really depends on the play hours. These are the main two that I will highly recommend you to build. You can balance it, depends on your liking. And of course, once you have completed that, the next thing will be to my own personal preference will be on to build Skytride Totem. Speed is a very key thing in Summoners War. I would say speed is almost king, and everybody is having that at level 10. So this will be one thing to focus because it helps. It applies everywhere, be it in scenario, be it in guild wars, arena, dungeons. It applies everywhere. So those structures are very important for you to have because it's a bonus stats. Who doesn't want it? So Skytride Totem is something that you want to buy, and after which will be on like Ancient Sword, which give you bonus attack percentage, and as well as where's the crit damage? Is this crit damage? No. Crystal Altar as well. Could be considered, and yeah, Fallen Ancient Guardian. Okay, so this is why we want to get that glory points, because we want to buy those things, right? So we will proceed on to arena. So arena is like a set defenses, and so you want to clear your wings as soon as possible because it takes 30 minutes to regenerate one wing. It's very long, so you want to keep clearing your wings when you have the opportunity to do so. So when you bring on to the battle chart, you will notice that depends on where your rating is. For a start, we usually start off with like 1,000, floating around 950 to maybe up to 1,001. When you reach across 1,001, you will start to meet with players at level 50 where they have most likely a much more stable squad. They could be putting okay, let me just collect some wings. Okay, let me just show you we have wings. Okay, let me just send. It'll be a very quick one, and let's come back to talk about arena. Okay, we are back. So we have wings now. So so you will meet a lot of players at level 50. Once you reach about like maybe 1,050 to 1,001, you start meeting players that at level 50 and they have base squad, and most likely they are setting out good defenses. So one example that I have in the list is here. So when you see this kind of squad, perhaps only at 5-star kind of thing, it's nothing that we can handle right now. So we don't want to hit them because I mean, it's definitely a loss. So we want to keep our rating at always farming at those that we are able to handle, doing on that, so that we will get the 3 glory points every time we won. And of course, if we don't, if we try, it happens to having a very close match, we will still net 1 glory point. So you just want to go in, you want to find a squad that the defenses that you could easily auto. That will be a good indication that whether what's the strength of the opponent is at. And the routine that just to share with you the routine, what I do is that for this account itself, usually check at the level. So one is like level 13, I will just go in and just hit it out in battle and farm the points. So you want to clear the list first. So first is to look at the battle list, clear any of them that you could clear. If you can't, then once you're done with the remaining list, and move on to refreshing list to see what are the new sets of players that you can actually hit them on. So once you have done so, the other way, of course, is to check on your history, where who are the players that hit you, because you want to take this is another place where you can take revenge on them to farm, so-called farming on each other, and that is where the other points places where you can actually farm on your glory points. So of course, for a start, we will want to have the defenses what we call as setting as a troll defense. We are setting very weak defense. Like for this account, I actually just setting a fire hellhound there, sitting there, just inviting people to hit me, because I want to maintain my rating to a level that I can so-called farm. It's really on farming mode. I'm not aiming to like go hit on with a level 50 kind of thing. We are nowhere near there yet. I'm suppose you are as well if you are starting out. So for start, let's set up a troll defense. It's always good to do so that you inviting people to hit you, and of course like signaling something that, hey, why not you set a troll defense so we can like to and fro farming on each other. So let's assume that if I've actually run out all the list players that I can fight, I'll go on to history, where I see who are the players that hit me. So some could be setting troll defense even at level 50, so just check it out, the whole list itself. So like this is one where he has set up just 1 defenses of these water epicon priests. Then I'll just go ahead and hit them, and it's like a to and fro kind of thing. Right, so you always want to maintain your rating and make sure it's within that range. So what happens? So one of the key things is that what happens if I can't keep it at the rating? No matter how much refreshes I done, it's always showing out all the level 50 players. What am I supposed to do about it? So what I normally do is that I will always find. So let's say we just refresh a list for a demonstration, for sake of demonstration. So like let's say on this list there's nothing I can hit. So what I do is that I always find the first few players. You will notice that they always sort it out based on the ascending order based on rating. So you always start from the lower rating all the way to the top rating. So by finding the first guy on the list, I'm trying to get the maximum amount of points that I can drop, which is usually plus 12, so that I can drop rating, and when the next refreshes, I will be at the rating that I can handle. So let's go ahead and hit this guy, because we are actually at the level where we are no longer seeing any of the potential farming defenses. So just go in, click on settings and end battle. We don't want to waste time. And you'll see that I lost 13 points, which is good because I want to drop points. But I'm still getting 1 glory point despite a loss. So you can continue to hit perhaps 1 to 3 players until you drop until 1,000-ish kind of a rating. So let's go on to hit 2 more to drop our rating, and we'll refresh, and most likely, very likely, that we are able to see almost the same level, and the defenses there are things that we are able to handle. Alright, so we got -12, which is good as well. And let's hit one more, and we could win this one. Never mind. We just give point for this demo. Right, so let's just give this point, and alright, so we refresh in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Alright, you see that now that okay, the level is dropping, is still not too much. Still can afford to drop much further. Probably best is under 1000. So like level 17, the list is on 50. I ran out of wings, so I will not be able to track right now. But you get a rough idea on that. So this is what I meant by dropping rating intentionally. So after maybe several refreshes, you still can't find anyone to farm on. So that's one of the key way you can do that as well. Alright, so this is all for arena farming, and be sure to clear them every time we just gonna reach just the full capacity at 10. I will normally suggest that you clear energy first. Maybe run keeping a gap about say 7 to 10 energy use about there, and because arena farming you could net some energy rewards when participating in certain battles, so you want to keep that to capture that opportunity, and that small little opportunity as well. So it's best to spend some energy on going around scenarios, dungeon before coming to arena. That's what usually I would do, but based on our personal preference, and that would be good to know as well. Alright, so let's go into our third topic of the day, which is on summoning and of course powering up. Summoning is something that of course everybody knows about it, very straightforward. For a start, you have maybe a hard time getting certain scrolls, but unknown scrolls and social summons is something that will be very helpful for an early game. So you just need to, once you have any time, just keep on summoning them, getting 1 star, 2 star for you to level up, and bringing them to 3 stars and so on and so forth. So do use them for early game. That will be very helpful. Okay, so for powering up, what are we looking at? So I have mentioned in episode 1 that for evolving, the steps on evolving, just to have a quick recap. So we want to actually how to evolve. So we want to evolve, let's say for a 3 star to 4 star. What are things required of you? Just need 3 of the 3 stars in order to evolve, and those material that you want to sacrifice, those food that you want to sacrifice, they do not need to reach the maximum level of say 25. You need not. So as long that it can be just level 1, you'll be good enough, and you don't want to waste that as well. Okay, so let's say we have right now we have a 3 star, and we have this, and say this. So we can just press on the evolve, and then they'll become a 4 star from there. Right, so it's the same for 2 stars and as well as for 3 stars. So 2 stars you only need 2 stars. 3 you need 3 stars. 4 you need 4 stars. Just you know that you do not need to level them up before to be fed as a food kind of thing. You do not need to. Only the main mob that you want to evolve requires to be at max level. So these are things that you need to know about evolving. So for a start, you realize that monsters are a bit hard to come by and very tough, not enough food kind of thing. So that's why through social summon and of course from our unknown scrolls, that will be very helpful in getting a potential chance to get a 2 star base mob, natural base mob. And from there you can evolve them to 3 star and be a 3 star food kind of thing. So that's what I usually do. And yeah, so that is on that. So So let's say for you will normally, so let's say we do a sum of the unknown scrolls here. Just get, okay, let's just do some, let's do 3. Okay, so what I normally do is that I could level up the 2 stars into 3 stars by maybe feeding on the 1 stars that I have on the slots. Of course, I want to clear some slot on there as well. So you can just power them up just like that and try to hit. That's like an alternative kind of leveling them up. It is slightly costly. Just to take note that if you want to level it up through this method, you need mana stones. You need to use your mana stone, which is very precious in the early game. So if you have to spare, by all means. But if you don't, then perhaps just keep them there. Or, yeah. Alright. So the other thing I want to talk about is that what are the 2 things that you will need to, you're most likely very helpful in terms of your progression. That will be as you go through on the scenario maps or even dungeons, you encounter a lot of time on like getting on Rainbow Mon. So Rainbow Mon always come in max level. They already been max level at their own rating, so all you need is just feed 2 of the 2 stars and they can just evolve. So you'll come in 2 star, 3 star, or 4 star. Alright, so these are the main thing that you could have, and they will be very helpful because you don't need to spend time leveling them up again. I know this could be a very pain in the ass to leveling up. It takes a lot of time, energy, yeah. So Rainbows are very helpful here. So you just remember to keep them and don't use them like that, because it's very painful at start. Okay, so that's one. The other thing that could be helpful in terms of leveling them up will be on Angel Mons. So Angel Mons could be a random drop through the Hall of Elements. They also can be obtained from events that open up like a Angel Mon Garden kind of thing. So what does Angel Mon does is that it's like a super many 1 stars combined into 1 to form 1 Angel Mon. So they give a lot of experience point, and you will most likely want to have them awaken. So what does awaken does? So let's have look at what I have in the storage. So this is awaken. So when you have awaken, they will unlock one of the passive skill known as best ingredient. So the EXP granted will additionally increase by 50 when used as a power-up material with the same attribute. Meaning, if I feed this Blue King Angelmon to water monster, it will get extra 50% when I experience point when I want to power up them up, which is a huge bonus. So that will be very helpful in terms of leveling some of your main squad, like your Lapis, your Wing Griffin, your Shannon, your Garuda kind of thing. So take note if you want to maximize out of it by awakening them, you want to do that as well. Otherwise, if not awakened, if you don't have the essence to awaken them and you really need to level them up as soon as possible, you can just use any of the attributes. They are still getting the same kind of experience. So let's just have a look at this. Okay, so let's bring out 3. So just to show you guys, so let's say if I want to level up, let's say I want to level up on Pixie. So you notice that whichever color, whichever elements, attributes of the Angelmons I use, they are always at the same experience point. So this is 1444. This is 1444. This is 1444 as well. So if I had the awaken, let's have the awaken fire. So what happens is that, so let's recap. So we have here is 1444. What if it's awakened? You will notice that there's a 50% increase. That's 1739.6. So doesn't matter if you're not awakening them, you need it fast. It only matters if if you want it, if you have essence, spare essence to awaken them and to capitalize on that 50 bonus experience point. Okay, so one last thing on the powering up will be of course on skill up. So I mentioned earlier in episode 1 as well. So in order to skill up, you need to powering up with the same same monster family. So if let's say if it's gonna be, say example, if I'm going to skill up my Shannon is she's a pixie, so I need to powering up Pixie to her in order to skill up her skills on, say, like Spirit Ball, Decelerate, or Pep Talk. So skilling up is in random, so you will not know which skills are being leveled up, so it's by random. So what I need to do now, although it's at max level, I can still skill up Shannon as well. So as long as her skills are not max, which you can see here is like 1/8, 1/6, and I only have fully skilled on Pep Talk. So let's go ahead and see how we skilled up on this. So let's say we just select on Shannon. Then I have a Pixie right here, a Fire Pixie, and a Wind Pixie. So elements doesn't matter when you want to skill up, as long as they are of the same family. You can just click onto them and click power up. They will show you prompt that you has already reached a max level. Do you want to continue? So normally when they are not max level, it's best time to do so, because of course you can make use of the experience point being gained through power ups. It's like a best of both worlds kind of thing. But even if it's not, you can always do it like the way I'm showing you guys right now. So you can just say yes and proceed. So they will randomly choose 2 skills to skill up those available slots. So it happens that 2 went into Decelerate. So this is how you skill up your monsters. So be sure to take note. And I think there's one very common so-called mistake that we make, even from myself and my friends as well. We often mistook Hapu as Pixie or Pixie as Hapu, cause somehow if you take a quick glance on it, it looks quite the same. So this is Hapu and this is Pixie. It looks somewhat close and similar. If you if you don't notice that much, you can just click onto that and start to think that how come my skills are not being leveled up? Oh, because it's actually wrong from monster family. Alright, so do take note. I think this is just one of the small trivial things that we encountered when we start off the game as an early game, and of course hope you don't make the same mistake on that. So that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. So if you have any comments or any things that you need help out earlier, so just drop any comments in the box below. And of course, if you think this is helpful, do show me a like on the video as well to have show me some support. Next video I'll be doing on to what are the steps that to proceed beyond Kyber runes. Perhaps some of the scenario maps that what is the progression going to be like, what to take note kind of thing. And I will also be doing some progress update on my account. I think it's been a delay in doing so. So I just will be updating on that, and of course doing what we all like is on summoning. Okay, so thanks guys. So I'll see you in the next video on my updates. Alright, thanks, bye.